Hello and welcome to Wrestle Talk with the Rabbit Beaver. And joining me at this time is the newly crowned Southern Pride Championship Wrestling America's Champion, representing Black America. He is the most diabolical genius, the high-flying and exciting. And if you cross him, he will make sure you pay in every way. Vaughn, thank you for being here and taking the time out of your day. If I call you Mr. Miller?
Mr. Miller with an A on the end. No hard R's.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Miller,
as long as you say it right, we won't have any problems.
My fans and myself have some questions for you. Are you ready, sir?
Of course. Let's get it done. Let's get it on the road. Let's do this.
All right, Mr. Miller, what was your earliest memories of professional wrestling and made you want to say, that's what I want to do with my life?
Earliest memories of professional wrestling. I had to say, growing up, I was a big WWE fan. So my earliest memory of wrestling was when Kane took his mask off, where he wrestled Triple H in a championship versus mask match, Raw 2003. And he took his mask off, and from there I was hooked. Seeing that ugly face, seeing that bald head, I was like, dang. As a kid, it caught my eyes, and I was like, for one, I didn't know what it was, so I was intrigued, and for two, I was like, this is some cool stuff right here. So ever since then, I've been hooked.
Mr. Miller, how did you break into the business and who trained you?
First time I ever stepped foot in a professional wrestling ring was December of 2020. It was after COVID, and I was kind of like at like a lost in. I'm not gonna say I was lost in life. I was like, man, I want to do something, but I don't really know what I want to do. So, but I always knew I always grew up being a wrestling fan. So I was living in Virginia because I'm originally from Virginia, and the closest school was in Yorktown, and I was living all the way in like North Richmond, Hanover area. So
you're near Williamsburg, baby. You're way up there.
Yeah. I had to drive an hour and like 23 minutes to be exact every day to go train. And there's this place called Primetime Wrestling Alliance. And the trainers there, I'm going to be honest, they weren't like no big name guys or anything. They were local indie guys. But they had a ring and they knew a little bit about wrestling. So when I got there, this is actually crazy. When I got there, none of them would talk to me because they didn't know who I was. I guess they thought, I was like some outsider just looking in. But I had to sit there and watch the training class. Imagine driving up there for an hour and not being able to get in the ring. So I was a little hot. I was like, damn, they not even letting me get in the ring. But I had to realize I had to sign like a waiver and everything. But once I did that, I got in the ring. There was this guy, he's the local in Virginia. His name is Wes Rogers. And this other lady, her name is Jordan Blade. These are like local Virginia indie wrestlers. And they trained me like how to run the ropes, how to bump. And that was pretty much it. And I like the fact because they were pretty straight up with me. They were like, this is a basic school. Like this isn't like a credible trainer or anything. This is like get your feet wet and break into the business. And that's what I did. And yeah, December of 2020 was when I broke into the business, as they would say.
So let's transition a little bit. Going from where you started there, how did you end up at JPWA and with Dr. Tom?
Honestly, I'm the type of guy, like, I kind of know, like, when I reached my ceiling at a certain place. So, like, I kind of realized, like, I wasn't learning anything else in Yorktown at that training facility. So, like, I started looking up professional wrestling schools. And actually, I was listening to Something to Wrestle podcast with Bruce Pritchard. And I heard him, he plugged in Tom's school, JPWA. So then after that, I saw Tom had a seminar coming up, and it was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So I drove like 3 hours from Richmond to Winston-Salem, North Carolina to the seminar. And for one, just meeting Doc and talking to him, I was like, dang, like Doc is a real dude. Like I like his demeanor. I like the way he carries himself. And this is just a seminar. So I'm like, imagine what his school is like. I learned so much in the seminar. I can only imagine what the school is like. So after the seminar, I got some one-on-one time to talk to Doc. And I was like, hey, my name is Vaughn, blah, blah, blah. I'm really interested in your school. And he sat there and he talked to me for a little bit. He was like, yeah, my school's in Knoxville, Tennessee. At the time, it was in Knoxville. And he was like, yeah, just come on, sign up, go on our website, look at the pricing, and we'll help you with housing and everything, which was all true. The price wasn't that bad. And he did actually help me with housing. So
wow.
From there, I just was like, let's do it. Of course, no, I ain't gonna lie. I had to save up some money at first because, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So I had to like save up some money and like game plan on how to get to the school in Knoxville. So that's what I did.
And you made it work, and you made it work so good that you have a great rivalry right now running out of SPCW. And we've got to talk about that a little bit. You versus Kohnor Martin, the Iron Raider of professional wrestling, who you just won the SPCW America's Championship away from. You took it back. Take us back to the beginning of what happened and why you decided to turn on him and what's going through your mind at that moment.
Let me go ahead and correct you real quick. I won the SPCW Black American Championship. We renamed it. That's the new name of it. All right. And you said, why did I turn on Kohnor Martin?
Yes, sir.
I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I'm the type of guy, I'm a realist at the end of the day. And I was wrestling Kohnor Martin in a match at SPCW, a place that I've wrestled for a good 11 months before Kohnor even walked through the door. And I seen these fans were all cheering Kohnor Martin, Iron Raider. They weren't cheering for me. They were cheering for this guy, which didn't make any sense at all. Because for one, I'm better than Kohnor. And for two, why would you cheer Kohnor Martin over me? So we wrestled Kohnor, and hey, he beat me. He beat me fair and square. It took a lot for me to say that, but he beat me. After the match, he wanted to shake my hand and be all buddy, and that's where he made it. Because then I did what I had to do. I hit him in his nuts, and I beat him up. And I let him know, hey, I'm not one to be played with. And then the rest, as they say, is history, because this past Thursday on Thanksgiving, I beat him in the steel cage for the SPCW Black American Championship.
Well, that's where I wanted to go next, Mr. Milla. You seem to take all that aggression out on Kohnor Martin in the Night of Cages at SPCW this past Saturday, and it paid off in a big way for you as you won that championship title. And take us back to the moment you held it in your hands for the first time and knew it was real.
Well, actually, that wasn't the first time I had held it in my hands. Because to tell you the truth, I stole it once. But Kohnor, he ended up getting it back. But that night, when I won it and I held that championship, it wasn't much of a feeling. It was more of like I felt very comfortable. Like I felt like this is what should have happened. It felt normal to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm the first Black American champion. I just made history. Of course, the fans, they weren't happy with it, but who cares about what they think? When I held that title over my head, and I looked in that cage and I saw Kohnor sitting there like a little sad puppy dog crying about his championship, I just knew right then and there I was the man. I finally arrived. And now everybody at SPCW better take notice because Von Miller is here. And I ain't going nowhere.
Speaking of that, would you like to say anything to anyone that thinks that they can challenge you for that Black American Championship, Mr. Miller?
Bring it on. I'm not turning on any challengers. Anybody that thinks they can step up in the ring with me and beat me, let's get it done. Because you see, I'm a fighting champion. I'm a true American. And I'm going to show everybody what the SPCW Black American Championship is and why I am the true American champion.
I agree with that, Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller, we got to see you at the Battle of Burton 2, and you got to face the legend, Crash Cassidy, there in Norton, Virginia. You seem to be a little bit of a step behind in that match, just about the entire way, but somehow, some way, you were able to catch Mr. Cassidy slipping and took advantage of Mr. Cassidy. Now, he's publicly said that he wants a rematch. Would you be willing to grant him a rematch and possibly put that title on the line for it this time?
Hold on. First of all, wait a minute, Joe. You said I was a step behind?
Just about the whole match, sir.
No. See, I'm never a step behind. You see, sometimes I like to play possum because when I play possum, my opponent kind of lets his guard down and he thinks he can kind of coast in the ring with me. And as soon as he gets comfortable and as soon as he thinks things are going easy, that's when I turn it back up and I just show everybody why I am always the highest in the room. Nobody gets higher than Von Miller, especially when I'm going off the top rope, off the springboard. Anything I do, I show my athleticism and I show why I'm the best. But you said I slip away with the victory.
Yes, sir, you did.
I don't think I slipped away with it. I think I beat him pretty fair and clean. I mean, it was a roll-up, of course, but once I beat him, everybody in attendance saw that I beat him 1, 2, 3. His shoulders were on the mat. And hey, I will give it to him. Crash is a big guy. He's way bigger than me. Taller and wider. But you see, I got that one thing that he don't have. It's that heart. I'm not gonna
That's very true.
Yeah, I got the heart, man. The heart of a lion.
So the question is, would you grant him a rematch and would you put the title on the line for it?
Well, you see, I got some other business I got to attend to first, but he can always fall in line. Because you see, I'm a fighting champion. But I'm not going to go ahead and say I'll defend the title against him right now, but I'll definitely see him down the line.
Absolutely, sir.
I feel like he has to earn a championship. You see, I'm not going to just hand out any just championship match to anybody. He has to earn it.
I think everybody has to earn it to a certain degree. I think there's people that think that they're entitled to the shot, and a lot of them haven't stepped foot in the ring or put themselves in the ring the way that you did to actually deserve the title shot the way that you deserved it. Now, you went about it, I believe, the wrong way. I will say that publicly, sir. Especially attacking Kohnor Martin from behind and hitting him in the nuts the way that you did. But it got results, and that's what matters. Is you got the results that you wanted, and it puts you in a different level, a different bracket here at SPCW. It made you the top of the line, the head of the table, so to speak, for that title, and you did exactly what you needed to win it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I kind of feel disrespected by you making that statement. Because you say I did a dirty tactic. I mean, hey, sometimes you got to get dirty to get what you want in life. And I did exactly that. I got my hands dirty. I beat the hell out of Kohnor Martin, showed it to everybody. Oh, now I see he's commenting on this chat. All right. Anyways, I showed everybody that Kohnor Martin is not, for one, he's not a true American champion. And for two, he's not on my level. And just like that, I showed that guys like Kohnor Martin should not even be in the ring with me. But hey, if everybody wants to say that I got dirty, I did something dirty, or I stooped down to some low tactics to win. People could say what they want to say at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, I'm the champion.
That's very true. You are. And you did make a good point. If you want an omelet, you got to crack some eggs. Every once in a while, you got to get your hands dirty a little bit to make what you want happen. I'm not
gonna lie to you. I don't mean to cut you off, but you see the smile on my face? This smile has been on my face since Thanksgiving night when I won that championship, and it hasn't been removed. And I don't think it's going to be removed anytime soon. I've been smiling all day and night. And you see, I got people in the comment section saying, "Let them know, champ," because they know that I'm a real champ. And I got people supporting me. This is Black America supporting me right now. None of these old phony guys like Kohnor Martin. This is my people supporting me. And if people want to hate me for that, let them hate. But I guarantee you, they will be in the audience watching me wrestle with that championship around my waist.
Well, Mr. Miller, it seems that you're going to be destined for bigger and better things in the future. And if you keep your mind right and your body tuned up, let's talk about the School of Morton for just a minute. Devon Belcher, whom you know very well, has stated that he is the prime athlete of our generation. And that's a direct quote. And he is looking for a match against someone who could give him a challenge starting, and I quote, Amp Dominic is a homeless chump who took too much acid and now thinks that he's the king of the galaxy somehow. He has never even been to, by the way. And if you think that that he is a real challenge or a real challenger, you're sadly mistaken. I need someone like Von Milla who can take me to the limit and on any given night and be better. What do you think about that? What do you think about that direct quote that he gave?
Well, let me tell you what I think. I think there's a lot of truth to that statement. I think Amp Dominic did take a lot of acid, and now his brain's a little messed up. But as far as Devon being the true athlete of this generation, I have to say I don't completely agree with that. Because you see, yes, Devon is an athlete. He's a very talented athlete. But Devon's never stepped in the ring with a guy like me. So I guess we'll have to see who the true athlete is between the two of us. But to tell you the truth, I look at Devon, I kind of look at him as like a little brother to me. Because you see, me and Devon, we think alike. We wrestle very similar. I'm just slightly a little better. We wrestle very similar. And we got a lot in common. But if Devon wants to step in the ring with me, one thing he has to realize is when we step between those ropes, all that respect, all that stuff we have in common goes out the window. Because when we get in the ring, it's about winning. It's not about being friends. It's not about who took acid and who is a better competitor in the ring. It's about pinning them shoulders down to the mat, 1, 2, 3. And that's what I'll do if I get in the ring with Devon.
Mr. Miller, it seems like you have a lot of people who want to challenge you and want a piece of you. How will you be able to retain that title and stay focused moving forward, knowing that you are the top of the line right now and the target's on your back?
You said I got a lot of people who want to get at me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm not a hard guy to find. And then I'll put this message out to any wrestler in the state of Tennessee or in America, because I'm the American champion. If you want to get at me, come find me. But like I said, I'm not going to just give a championship match to anybody. You want a championship match with me, you got to show me that you're worthy of me putting my title on the line against you. But I'm not afraid of any man. Anybody that wants to step in the ring with me, let's do it.
Vaughn, let's be real. Even a clock is right 2 times a day. And with that being said, nobody is perfect besides Mr. Perfect. May God rest his soul. Yeah. How will you overcome and retain that title when you know Kohnor Martin, Devon Belcher is asking for it, and Crash Cassidy, Johnny Poke, and so many more that you put that target on your back with?
So you asking me how would I retain my championship?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. There's 3 things that I have that keeps the championship around my waist. Pure wrestling ability, top-notch athleticism, and the brains of a genius. I know what to do when I step between those ropes. I know how to get to the victory. And I don't see anybody beating me because, I'm the American champion right now. And hold up. I don't know if can I talk about this comment section right here? Because I see a lot of people commenting.
Absolutely.
A lot of people got a lot of stuff to say. I see Skyven. Who the hell is Skyven? He wants to match against me? That's like me
yes, sir.
That's like me going to the playground and picking on little kids during recess. Skyven is the least of my worries. And who else we got up in here? Kohnor Martin. Of course, Kohnor Martin wants his rematch. This guy's he literally cried the night of Thanksgiving when he saw that belt around my waist. And now he wants to say, I should get my rematch clause. Let me tell you something, Kohnor. I'll give you your rematch because you see, December 14th, we'll both be at SPCW. Now, whether we're scheduled to face each other or not, I don't know that yet. But if he wants his rematch, that's the night to do it, right?
I believe so. You're talking about SPCW 126, which is going to be Saturday, December 14th at the Sportatorium. 157 Myers Lane is where that's going to be going down. And like you said, if he is so serious about this rematch, he does have the rematch clause.
Right then and there, right? That's the place to do it, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Absolutely it is. I would 100% agree with you, Mr. Vaughn.
To tell you the truth, see, I've wrestled Kohnor quite a bit now, and I've got Kohnor all figured out. You see, I do my homework on my opponents. So I'm pretty confident that when I step in, or if I step in the ring with Kohnor Martin December 14th, I'm going to walk out the SPCW Black American champion, without a doubt. And he's going to walk away, tears in his eyes, head hanging low, because he knows that he just lost his second title shot. And now he definitely has to get to the back of the line.
Very true, sir.
And let me say this too. Now I'm done talking about Kohnor Martin. After I beat him in that rematch, I'm never giving him a title shot ever again. I don't want to see Kohnor Martin anymore. I don't want to wrestle him. I don't even want to be in the same locker room as the guy anymore. Once I beat him and retain my championship, it's over.
Now, Vaughn, you know just like I do that would be a Matt Bowens or a JDL call. Have to call that. You would have to sign the contract on that to get that approved. Line. And what happens if he wins? So let's say he wins. Does he get the same opportunity to never give you another shot at the title?
Whoa, no. For one, he's not going to win. And for two, yes, that is true. I will have to get that approved by the SPCW management, which I think I can get that approved. Because you see, I got some leeway now that I'm the champion. And I think if I talk to management and I let them know how I feel and who I want to face down the line, they can pull some strings and make that happen. And I don't have to see Kohnor Martin's ugly face anymore.
That's fair enough. I can take that. I could live with that. But let's say you've got something else that's going on. I believe you got something going on December 9th, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's on a Monday, December 9th in Knoxville, Tennessee. Power Driver Pro Wrestling is presenting Toys for Tots. And that night, I'll be in a fatal four-way match going up against the Latin Lover Gustavo, the King of Southern Strong Style, Andy Optimal, and the Street Baller, Remalacha.
Remalacha.
I already know what you're going to ask me. Am I nervous, right?
Yes, sir.
Hell no. I'm not nervous at all because you see, I don't have to pin 4 guys to win that match. I got to pin 1 guy to win that match.
That's very true. You do have to pin 1 guy to win that match, but you're in the match with 3 other deadly competitors, including Andy Optimal, the king of strong style, is like he's wanting to call himself, especially since he beat Toby Parley at PDP. He's been bragging all over the place that he's the king of strong style. Are you worried about that?
Not at all. You see, I know Andy Optimal very well. A lot of people don't know, but I know Andy Optimal very, very well. Like I said, I do my homework. I'm very strategic. I scout my opponents, and I look for their weaknesses. Andy is intense. Andy is as intense as they come. But like I said, Andy don't have that heart in him like I got. He don't have the brains like I got. And he don't have the athletic ability like I got.
But you know who does, sir? That is going to be one Gustavo Aguilar. And he can have the ability to dance all over you during that match. Are you worried about that?
Not at all. You see, I'm not coming in that ring to dance. I'm coming to kick ass. I'm coming to beat him down 1, 2, 3. So while he's out there dancing and handing out roses, I'll be putting my boot up either his ass, Remolacha, or Andy's, whoever it may be. Like I said, I don't have to beat 3 guys. I got to beat 1 man to win that match. So hey, Gustavo may not be the guy I beat. It may be one of the other 2 chumps. But either way, as long as I beat 1 guy, I'll walk out there victorious.
So, Vaughn, I've got to ask you, who do you think you have the best odds against pinning 1, 2, 3 in that match?
Oh, that's a very good question. Let me think about it, man. Honestly, I'll give you 3 different scenarios, right? Pinning shoulders down to the mat. I think Remolacha would be the guy that I could pin his shoulders down to the mat. Making submit, tap out, that would be Gustavo. Now you see the third option would be a DQ, which I believe there's no DQs in Fatal 4-Way matches. So let me go ahead and say Andy Optimal is the guy that I should be the most worried about because he is the king of Southern Strong Style. So I'm kind of giving you my game plan of the 2 guys that I'm going to be targeting. Not saying that I'm not going to be getting my hands on Andy Optimal because you see, I'm going to get my hands on him. But you see, I'm game planning to beat Gustavo or Remolacha.
Strong words here, Mr. Miller. Strong words here.
You can tell him I said it too.
I will. Don't you worry. Yeah. He'll definitely know. But all of them will know before the night's over with because I've got them right here on the line watching currently. Whoa. I've got 2 of the 4 watching. So I'm going to tell you right now, they're seeing exactly what's going on. And they're going to be ready for you at Rockin' Around the Wrestling Ring right there in Knoxville, Tennessee. D1 Athletics, Training Facility, and Therapy. It's going to be going down at 10258 Hardin Valley Road, Knoxville, Tennessee. 7 p.m. December the 9th is where it's going to be taking place. And you can get all the action right here.
Let me go ahead and say this is a free event. So anybody that wants in the Knoxville area that wants to come see me beat 3 men up, it's a free event. Monday night. Where else would you be on a Monday night? Now,
absolutely.
Like I said, it's for free.
Bring a toy. Bring a boy's toy or a girl's toy that is brand new and never been opened or wrapped whatsoever. You get absolutely free admission to the show. So come on down and see some great wrestling right there at Piledriver Pro. Now, I know you've got some other dates that are going to be available too, Vaughn. I don't have them right in front of me. I thought I wrote them down, but I did not save it. I do apologize about that. Would you like to talk about those dates for SPCW and Piledriver Pro and APL?
It's SPCW, Piledriver Pro Wrestling, and American Lucha Wrestling. Yes, sir.
ALW. What are the dates, sir?
My bad. I thought I had it in front of me. Let me get it right here, right now.
No problem. Take your time.
You want the dates for which ones? All of them?
All of them.
All right. SPCW is January 4th, January 18th, and February 15th. American Lucha. Let me get that right here.
No problem, sir. Take your time.
January 18th. I'm sorry. February 15th is American Lucha, and March 2nd. Those 3 dates. And Piledriver, that's to be announced because honestly, I don't know. So I guess after I beat these 3 guys Monday night, I'll know the rest of the dates.
That sounds good to us, sir. And you keep us posted right here on Wrestle Talk with Rabid Beaver. You let us know if you get booked to Piledriver Pro, and we'll put it out for you. I'll be glad to do that for you, Vaughn. One last question before I go. Do you have any merchandise available for sale? And if so, where can they find it, or can they find you at the shows for it?
Yes, I have T-shirts. I have wristbands. And I have pictures, of course. And I have them all with me at the shows. But like I said, I get a lot of people that don't like me at these shows. A lot of fans that want to come to me and tell me I suck. So the last thing they want to do is spend money with me. But the true fans, they do spend money with me. And I always have my merch with me. So if you want anything, a T-shirt, wristband, pictures, just come ask me politely, and I can have it done for you.
Absolutely, sir. I think we're just about all out of time for tonight. But before we go, would you like to say anything to anyone watching?
Can I see who's watching? I see some losers in the chat over here talking, but I can't really see who's talking or who's watching.
So we've got Skyven still in here. We've got Tipsy still in here. Kohnor Martin still in here. And Rima Lacha was in here for just a moment, and he just took off.
Oh, well, let me go ahead and address Skyven. Skyven, you want to get on these chats and talk to me like you can hold your own against me in the ring. But you know that you can't. So Skyven, if you want to step in the ring with me, and hey, I'll give you a shot at the Black American Championship. But just know I'll beat the hell out of you, Skyven, any day of the week. And that's all I got to say about that. Kohnor Martin, let me just go ahead. I'm not going to keep talking about Kohnor Martin because you see, this is about to be history. But Kohnor Martin, I'm going to give you your rematch. I don't know if it's going to be December 14th or not, but I'm saying it here now. You can quote me. I'll give you your rematch. But after this, it's done, man. I don't want nothing else to do with you. Take your sorry ass on somewhere else. I got to say thank you for letting me beat you. Not let me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to beat you for the Black American Championship. And after, like I said, after this is done, Kohnor, I don't want to see your face no more. I don't want to wrestle you anymore. I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. Because I already proved that I'm better than you, Kohnor Martin. That's all I got to say about that.
I couldn't agree more, sir. And before we go, we got a little reel that we would like to show of you and your wrestling ability. Yes, sir. Where we took one for you at SPCW. Now, this is a while back. We had this one a while back for you, Vaughn. But you edited it and made it a little bit better than what we did, and we're proud of that. So we definitely want to show it to the fans out here.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, this is like early days. You see that guy behind me? That's Michael Gabriel. I realized that he wasn't worth being by my side either, so I kicked him to the curb.
There's RT3.
RT3, I kicked his ass too. So as you can see, I've been kicking ass for a long time now. Long time.
And you've been doing it to prominent people, as we see here, RT3.
I beat RT3 so bad, I don't think he stepped foot in the Fallout since I beat him.
Dylan and Zach Stewart begging to get in on the corner over there.
I believe I beat them too.
You sure did.
At the same time.
And like I said, this is just a taste of what you get with Von Miller each and every time that he's available. So you guys definitely want to do that. Vaughn, if anybody out there is watching, any of the promoters are out there that are going to be watching this at a later date, how can they book you, sir? How can they go about booking you?
Well, my email is always open. It's bookvaughnmiller@gmail.com. Or my Facebook Messenger is always open. That's Vaughn Miller with the A on the end. And Instagram, Vaughn_Miller. I'm not a hard guy.
Excellent.
And like I said, that's Miller with an A on the end, not the ER. And as always, your SPCW Black American Champion. I'm representing Black America. And I'll do my best.
As you should, sir. You should represent Black America, and you should be proud to be the first ever African-American champion to hold that title and make it your own, sir. I absolutely agree with you. I think that that's one of the best moves that they could have done for the promotion at this time. And I also believe that in the days to come, we're going to see exactly what you're made of with all these challengers coming out of the woodwork for you. So I want to see you do great with that championship. I want to see you hold your people up, and I know you will. I know you'll hold them up. You'll be proud, and you'll make them proud of you too, sir. But right now, I want to thank you for coming on Wrestle Talk with Rabid Beaver tonight and talking wrestling with me and talking merchandise with me. But it's that time. It's time to go, sir, as they always say. So before we go, I want to plug our merchandise. We have merchandise available at www.streamlabs.com/rabidbeaver/merch, just as it's spelled right there beside my name. And you can catch all of our Wrestle Talk merch, such as this beautiful polo that I've got on here. I've got it in multiple colors: red, white, blue, gray, light gray.
Yeah, nice.
And I've got a green one that's on the way. It has not been made
better,
yet,
but it's pretty all right.
So I've also got hoodies. I've got water bottles. I've got all sorts of stuff there for you as well. And we want to thank you guys for coming in. That's how we keep our lights and water on. If you guys will go ahead and buy that merchandise, that's how we were able to go to all these shows and do all this stuff for us and do all this stuff that we've got going on here, like with Mr. Von Miller tonight. So thank you, Von.
One last
yes, sir.
thing,
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you, Mr. Rabbit Fever or Joe, whatever you want to go call yourself. Thank you for having me tonight. It was a pleasure coming on here, and I think we should do this again sometime.
We will set up a date as soon as we're off the air. We'll set up a date to bring you back on, and I want to be able to catch up with you in the future and make sure that you still have that title in the future when we bring you back.
I think next time our interview should be a little bit longer because, see, I'm a very reserved guy, but when you get me going, I got a lot to say.
Very true. Very true. We'll definitely do that, sir. So thank you so much for being here tonight. And that's going to conclude our show tonight. And you remember, guys, you heard it here first with Wrestle Talk with the Rabid Beaver. Bye, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, Kohnor Martin sucks and he'll never beat me for the American title. Y'all have a great night.
Bye, sir.